boys and girls. Welcome to our Renaissance class this week from my family room. So last week we spoke about famous explorers. We spoke about Columbus, we spoke about Magellan, we spoke about Vasco da Gama. Today, I think we're going to go a little further north. We're going to leave Portugal, we're going to leave Spain, and we're going to go a little bit north to England. During this time, England was ruled by Queen Elizabeth I. This was known as the Elizabethan era and went from 1558 to 1603. It was known as the Golden Age in English history. At this time, theatre flourished. William Shakespeare's plays were being performed at the Globe Theatre. Music and painting was popular. Clothing and fashion played a really important part, especially amongst the wealthy. There were actually laws that said what certain people could and couldn't wear in terms of clothing. So only members of the royal family and nobles could wear clothes that were lined with ermine fur. Nobles wore fancy silks, velvet cloths, bright colors. They had ruffles on their wrists and ruffles around their collars. They were beautiful. The clothing was absolutely magnificent if you were wealthy. The English Navy also became a major sea power during the Elizabethan era. One of the most famous explorers, about whom we're going to talk a little today, was Francis Drake. Francis Drake was born in 1540 in England to a pretty well-off family, not a very wealthy family, but a pretty well-off family. They sent him to sea when he was about 12 years old, and there his cousin, Sir John Hawkins, took a good look at him and thought, you're a smart lad. I think the two of us should team up. Excuse me. Now, Sir John Hawkins was actually a pirate, but the two of them worked very well together. At one point, they were trapped in 1568. They were trapped by the Spanish in Mexico. Many of their men were killed, and Drake actually had to swim to safety. Well, that left a really bitter taste in his mouth concerning the Spanish. He hated them for the rest of his life, and he was always out to get them. During his time, Protestant England was often at war with Catholic Spain. Drake captured more than his fair share of Spanish ships, and Queen Elizabeth was thrilled. She encouraged his pirate raids because a lot of the bounty and a lot of the treasure that he brought back went to her. She was delighted. Now, although Magellan was the first man, as we learned last week, Magellan was the first man to circumnavigate the globe. 50 years later, Sir Francis Drake was the first Englishman to travel all around the world, to circumnavigate the world, in his very famous ship called the Golden Hind. He started his journey in Plymouth in November 1577 and returned 3 years later to England with so much treasure that they were able to pay off the English national debt. So that means that all the money that England owed to other countries, he was able to pay off. Now, the Queen was thrilled with him, and she actually knighted him. And so today we know of him as Sir Francis Drake. He died in 1596, but during his lifetime, he was as rich and famous as any rock star as you can think of today. Now, we've spoken a little bit about pirates, and I have a special gift for you. We have somebody who's going to come and talk to us and tell us all about pirates. We're supposed to have been here. Where is he now?
Hey, little people, away to the sea.
I hear something.
Ho, ho, blow the man down.
Oh.
Come listen, dear children, come listen. What are you doing here, lassie? Move it.
I certainly
Move
will.
it.
I'm afraid of
I'm going
pirates.
to walk the plank if you don't.
Oh.
There you go. Well, hello there, little sea urchins. A little bit of my little booty. My name is Peter Bingham, and I was the ship's mate to Captain Drake. Oh, I'm sorry, Sir Francis Drake, they call him nowadays. He was plain old Cap'n when I went for him. And he was a pirate, but then he became a privateer. There's a difference, and let me tell you about it, lads and lassies. A pirate was an independent feller who worked and got his own money, kept his own money, and he was a little bit of an outlaw. Privateer, on the other hand, well, that's what old Captain Drake became, because he then worked for the Queen. And she said, "Hey, Captain Drake, tell you what, you be working under me, and you bring me half the booty, and I'll protect you. I'll make sure that you're legal. But you just do not attack English vessels. You understand?" "Yes'm," said Captain Drake. Anyways, I had to tell you a little bit about the pirate's life. We started at Plymouth, and we'd go down to the Mediterranean, to the Barbary Coast. We'd go out to the Caribbean sometimes. And there's this rumor about buried treasure. Well, let me tell you, that's a lie. We didn't bury our treasure because mostly we took things like medicine, money, food, fruit, anchors, chains. We could use all those things. So why would we bury them? It'd be kind of silly, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, long about then, we brought back a gang of treasure. Now, the British Navy, those people were a little bit jealous because a British seaman would earn about $600 a month. We, on the other hand, if the pickings was good, we could come back with $1 million a year. That's real money. Anyway, enough of that kind of thing. Piracy started with the Vikings who attacked England before it was England. And then we fought the Armada, and Frank, we called him on board, he became a vice admiral. How about them apples? Anyway, it's been good talking to you, but it's now 8 bells because I hear the ching, and I better get back on the board before they whip my nose. Thank you, boys and girls. Been good talking with you. Missy, you can sit down again.
Well, thank you, sir. This is Buddha and I. This is our little cat Buddha, and we are wishing you a wonderful week, hoping that you enjoyed this lesson very much. I look forward to speaking with you soon, and I would like to say have a great week, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.